Why gender disaggregated matters for NCSW? As the chairperson of the National Commission on the Status of Women, I want to reaffirm that data is the backbone of gender-responsive governance. Without evidence, women remain invisible in policy design, resource allocation, institutional reforms. For the judiciary, a sector that shapes the lived experience of justice, data becomes more crucial. The 2025 State of Women Representation in Judiciary Report shows that women make only 17% of the Pakistan judiciary overall in 2025. Representation in the higher judiciary remains at just 5%, unchanged from the baseline conducted in 2020 and 2021. Women presence is concentrated at the subordinate judiciary, where despite increases in the absolute numbers, progress is uneven, often stagnant across provinces. Similarly, the 2023 report shows women were 17% of the judiciary. They came from 15% in 20, but with the minimal gains at the senior level. Structural disparities persisted across provinces, especially in KP and ICT, showing the highest percentages, and AJK, Balochistan, and Sindh lagged behind. These facts are of concerns, and they reflect how deeply representation gaps are embedded, but they also highlight why such data work is indispensable. As at NCSW, we are committed to institutionalized data systems that reform how Pakistan sees and responds to gender inequality. This includes the Gender Data Portal and the National Gender Parity Framework that NCSW is developing and finalizing. A national push for gender disaggregated datasets across all institutions, including justice sector bodies. Partnership with judiciary stakeholders, legal education bodies, and women in law networks to supply credible open source data. The judicial reports before us from 2020 as a baseline and this 2023 as a supplementary analysis, and now the 2025 edition play a foundational role. And they act as a mirror to where we stand, a benchmark to track annual progress, a diagnostic tool to identify structural gaps in recruitment, promotion, and appointments, and as an advocacy instrument for gender-responsive judicial reforms. And these reports provide the kind of evidence Pakistan has historically lacked. Consolidated province-wise, tier-wise, and updated annually, they give policymakers, including NCSW, the basis to demand change. When women remain only 5% at higher judiciary, the percentage remains unchanged for years. It limits the diversity of the perspectives that shape jurisprudence. It also affects how women and children experience courtrooms, the sensitivity of decisions in cases of GBV, family laws and labor rights, inheritance and custody, the legitimacy of justice in a country where nearly half of the population is female. A judiciary that reflects society's diversity is not only a matter of numbers, it is a matter of justice itself. And today, as we celebrate this book, a testament to local evidence-backed critical legal thought, I want to emphasize that knowledge and data must be led through reforms. And we need institutional commitments from all the high courts and the Supreme Court to adopt gender data frameworks, greater transparency in recruitment, promotion, and nomination processes, gender-responsive policies for women lawyers, judicial officers, and courtrooms, regular monitoring through annual representation reports, which NCSW stands ready to support and amplify. This is a pivotal moment, with the judiciary undergoing transformation and Pakistan redefining its democratic, constitutional pathways. Gender justice cannot remain marginal.